It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Ready to have with us our race winner and his crew chief, team owner. Come on up, Bob. Carl, congratulations. Bob, congratulations. Jack, congratulations. Outstanding job today. Carl Edwards wins the 2008 Pep Boys Auto 500 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Driver of the number 99 Office Depot Ford with crew chief Bob Osborne and team owner Jack Roush. Carl, your thoughts about the race out there today? Obviously, you knew you had a good car coming in, and well, you really handled that racetrack extremely well.
Man, it was a lot of fun. This racetrack is a blast. I hope they never repave it or mess with it. It's really fun to drive on. You can spin the tires all the way down, halfway down each straightaway, and made it driving like on a dry slick dirt track. It was a lot of fun. Bob did a great job. In the middle of the race, we weren't as fast as we were at the beginning and the end, which I guess if you got to pick a spot in the race to not be fast, that'd be it. But Bob did a great job at the end, and it all worked out. Just awesome. This has been a great couple days for me, and I can't thank Jack enough for the opportunity. This is it's amazing.
Certainly want to congratulations on your 2 victories this weekend. You were outstanding yesterday in Memphis as well. Bob, your thoughts about some of the calls that you had to make out on the pit box tonight?
We got behind relative to the racetrack and relative to some of the competitors, and I think some of that had to do with some of the calls that I made. Went a little bit too far on some of my adjustments and had to backpedal a little bit and go in a different direction late in the race to try to get caught back up.
Jack, your thoughts about the performance of the 99 team here today?
Well, they did really well, obviously. To watch Bob and Carl work the car and work the racetrack and work the race in a 500-mile race is it's just an amazing thing to watch it unfold. They've got the chemistry that you need to have between a driver and a crew chief to be able to sort all those things out. They worked their way through it. I knew that Bob was good and early on, that the car was good early on, and I knew that they had lost their way or that the competitors had gotten better in the middle, and I was really relieved at the end when they made their last adjustment, or Bob made his last adjustment, and he got it where it needed to be. The one thing I wanted to say is that days like this, for teams like ours that have the success we've had, that's what we want to go back and think about 2008, think about our championship run and what it meant, but unfortunately, I'm afraid that it'll come down to thinking about, the broken engine and the broken engine parts, the ignition, and the other frustrations we've had. But it would be my suggestion as NASCAR looks at how to make this thing more exciting. If we had an opportunity, if every team had an opportunity to throw out one race and be able to just count 9 of the 10, it would be that means that you could have a mulligan and you could be able to come back from it. But anyway, we're going to remember this night. It was a wonderful evening to be in Atlanta here. We had soldiers from the 75th Regiment, 3rd Brigade, Army Rangers that just come back from Iraq. One of their soldiers, Patrick Rudd, died over there, and he was a friend of a friend, and the racetrack extended an invitation to him. 200 of the soldiers came out and joined us today, and it was a wonderful thing the racetrack did. But anyway, I'm dedicating my part of the victory to Sergeant Patrick Rudd that lost his life in Iraq, and he's one of the reasons. He and his a regiment of Rangers are one of the reasons we can have events like this in relative safety with all of the other things going on in the world.
Thank you, Jack. We'll go upstairs for questions first. Go ahead, please, for either Carl, Bob, or Jack.
This is for Carl. Monty Dutton, Gas Gazette. Carl, you began the race with Jimmy Johnson, and apparently much to your surprise, you ended it with him behind you. And I just wondered, did you lose track of him in between? I mean, did you have any idea where he was?
Yeah, I looked up there on the scoreboard, and I saw that he was running 7th, 8th, 9th, somewhere in there most of the second half of the race. And That's why when Dave Burns said, "What do you think about Jimmy finishing second?" I thought he was joking. I truly didn't know until I looked at the scoreboard that Jimmy had made that back up. I got to see some video. I guess they put on some tires and went for it, and that's pretty amazing. You know, he's a heck of a competitor, just like I've said before. He's the first guy to come congratulate you when you win, and in a way that just makes him harder to beat. You know, he's just one of those guys that does it right. So we've got to hope that he has something happen like the things that we've had happen, and loses a couple hundred points, and we just have to be able to capitalize, because I believe that the way they're running, it's going to be really tough to beat them. But we can do it. I mean, we just have to go win, and if we do everything we can, that's all we can do.
Stay upstairs. Go ahead.
Wolfgang Munzer from Germany, Rennsport Press Agency. Carl, I have two personal questions for you. Number one, you took the lead 10 laps or so before the final. How difficult was it for you to stay patient? And question number two, you said that in the middle of the race you didn't have the speed like in the beginning. Was there maybe a moment when you were under panic?
No, I didn't panic or anything, but there was definitely got a little frustrated there in the middle of the race. Bob and I, like Bob said, we kind of adjusted ourselves away from being as fast as we were at the beginning. But you just got to keep working. Keep digging, never give up, and that applies to every part of our race team. We try to always focus on what we have to do, no matter what the circumstance, and it worked out today. But definitely in the middle of the race, I didn't believe we were going to win the thing. The pass for the lead there was on the restart, and all day everybody been having trouble spinning with spinning the tires, and then he spun his tires a little bit. I spun mine, and then he spun them some more, and I got to his bumper, and all I could think about was the guys passing all of us, and I pushed on his rear bumper a little bit, and then he went to block the inside and spun the tires again, I guess, or something, and I think it was a smart move on his part to go to the inside. That was where I was planning on going, and that opened the door to the top, and I just thought, well, I'll try it, but I was really nervous the guys behind me were going to get to the bottom and get by us, but it worked out. The last adjustment Bob made the car real fast on the top.
Upstairs. Go ahead. Another question.
David Poole, Charlotte Observer. Carl, when you got the lead and pulled away, I mean, obviously the clean air was the deal all day.
Yeah.
But you managed to get the lead. When you got up there, did you think, okay, now it's up to me not to make a mistake, the same kind of mistake that Denny had just made?
Oh yeah. Bob came on the radio and said on that last restart, he said, "I think I saw what just happened with you and Denny." He said something like, "Be careful, it's your turn now." And I thought, man, it's so hard on those restarts. It's really difficult. You get put in the lead there, and you're a lot of times you're a sitting duck because all the hair on the back of your neck's standing up, and everything in your brain screaming, stand on the gas, and it's really difficult to not spin the tires. Early in the race, I did it a couple times real bad. So yeah, that was interesting. But once we got the lead, yeah, it was just don't mess up, focus, hit your marks, and the car was really fast.
Take one more upstairs before we come downstairs. Go ahead.
Lee Spencer. Real quick, what was going through your mind on that pit stop when you got collided with the 88?
Hey, first of all, I didn't know until somebody told me. I thought I hit the 2 car. There's so much going on there. I didn't know exactly what happened. Bob cleared me, one out, and I was stuck behind Jimmy a little bit, and I got around Jimmy, and the rear end slid out, an extra foot or whatever, and I hit somebody's car there. I guess it was Dale. I don't know if they were 2 or 3 wide or what was going on there, but there wasn't a lot of room. I tried to keep it as tight as I could, but I've seen a lot of good races go bad on pit road, and it made me a little bit nervous when we got into them. Those guys there. It just looked like a mess. I haven't seen the replay yet. Felt like a mess.
I will come downstairs.